Hello, boys and girls. Quiet for me here, and today we got huge news coming in, and that is coming for Last Epoch. Yes, it is trade item factions. Going to be absolutely stellar to get into. Now, for those who don't know, Last Epoch is coming out on February 21st, 2024, and this is huge because this game I've been supportive for a long time, as you can see. Got the shirt. and I'm very excited. And one of the big things coming to 1.0 is the item and trade factions, among other info. And today they dropped a huge news post and like new use post and use post a new news post about item and trade factions. And what does this mean for you? Well, it means we got two new factions coming into Last Epoch. We got Circle of Fortune and Merchants Guild. What does this mean? Well, let's dive right in, talk about it. So, I did already look at this yesterday. Today, we're going to cover all the important specifics. And the important specifics of this today is going to be a lot. So let's just get into the nitty gritty of it. What is an item? What is a faction? A faction in Last Epoch is known as either Merchants Guild or Circle of Fortune. Will more come in the future? We don't know, but as of right now, we got two. And what this means is when you get to a certain point of the game, which is Majelka and Divine Era in about Chapter 9, you'll be able to make this choice. And this choice will affect what happens or how you engage in the game going further. Circle of Fortune will be focused more on solo self-found environments, upping the drop rates of items, while Merchants Guild will allow you to have a more open trade experience with Auction House. Yes, Auction House. I said it. We have an ARPG with an auction house. We haven't had this since Diablo 3 Cash Money Auction House. So this is kind of huge. And I am very interested to get the nitty gritty of this one. So first things first, right? We got to do, how do you get join a faction and how do you engage with it? Well, first, you join a faction, like I said, you get to Majelka, Chapter 9. You talk to Zarek, he'll introduce you to either Merchants Guild and Circle of Fortune, where you make your decision. And how you engage with this is, well, you earn reputation, which unlocks the next rank, and you also earn favor. And how do you do this? Well, to earn reputation, you just do their quests, you play the game, kill stuff, and you will be able to earn reputation. At the same time, while doing quests and killing stuff, you'll also get favor. Well, what is favor? Well, think about it like this: another form of currency used to engage with the auction house to be able to help buy item alongside gold, or with Circle of Fortune, help with the prophecy. We'll get a little more into that later, but we're just trying to cover the basics here. So, each item faction has 10 ranks, okay? Which is absolutely redonkulous. First things first, we'll get into the Merchants Guild rank, okay? Merchants Guild has 10 ranks. So for those, like I said earlier, the Merchants Guild is the trade focused faction. It's where you engage with the auction house, buy and sell items, the traditional like economy based faction. Something to look forward to. So first things first, at rank 1, when you join the faction, you get up to rank 1, you'll be able to buy and sell normal magic and rare items in the bazaar or directly with other players. So, yes, the basic items, rank 1. As you can see here, these ranks are going to progressively get better rewards. And eventually, when you get all the way to rank 10, you'll be able to buy and sell all legendary items in the bazaar or directly with other players. Now, there are some caveats, okay, with how all of this works. So, if you join the Merchants Guild, you cannot use Circle of Fortune items. So, when you join a faction, items will drop with either Merchants Guild or Circle of Fortune, like indicators on. You have to be a part of that faction to use that item. And also, items within that faction will have ranks tied to them. So, what does this mean? So, let's just say you're rank 4 within Merchant's Guild. An item could drop as a rank 4 Merchant's Guild item, meaning you must be of that rank within the Merchant's Guild item in order to be able to use it. And EHG did say in the post that getting all the way to rank 10 will be a grind. So keep in mind, it's going to take you a while to max out your rank. So you're going to want to really pay attention to where you're at in the game, how far you pushed into your faction, and make sure you're able to stay within the gear sets that you want. Because if you, for example, go on the auction house and buy a rank 5 merchant guild item, but you're only rank 4 yourself, you'll be able to use it. So this is very, very interesting. So there's going to be some management involved, which is really massive. So I left it on the screen for you guys to read, hear all the ranks. I could go further into it, but we got a lot to go through. So you're able to pause the video here and read through the rest if you. Now buying items. So they have a little video here showing how to buy an item. So yes, go to the NPC, you search for what you're looking for, and yeah, you pay for both gold and favor. So remember when we talked about favor here, right? You're earning favor. What is it used for? Well, Merchant's Guild, if you notice here, items have different value in both gold and favor. Now, the Merchant's Guild will determine the favor cost of items based off the importance, the rarity, power, but players will set the gold value, which is very, very interesting. So it's that way there's like some control within the prices, right? Because like it'd be really bad if players could like just community wide decide, like, for example, Ravenous Void is a million favor, right? And then also like 10 million gold, for example. It'd be pretty outlandish for most people to actually grind for that and invest that much for an item like that. So all the stuff on the favor side acts like a control, while players can then use the gold to get their value. And because we do have gold sinks, we have things like the Lightless Arbor Vault, where you could just sink in a bunch of gold for a lot of loot. So it's gold still has a lot of value. So it's a very classic auction house search experience. And selling an item is the same thing. You go to an NPC, you hit my what was it here? Sorry, I didn't memorize yet. My stall. Here we go. Off on the right, you'll have a choice called My Stall. You'll be able to place your items here. Now, you can only have a certain number of items stall, so you actually have a limit. So you're going to have to be very picky about what you're selling. Now, keep in mind, depending on the rank you're at, will determine the value in which you can sell. So you want to simultaneously build up your rank while also trying to effectively sell what you're able while building. So there's a bit of a balancing act, but of course, once you're rank 10, you're just going to throw in your legendaries, whatever your most valuable are, for example. That'll just be pretty much like standardized. Veterans of ARPGs know how economy works, right? You just sell what's best. So, but as you can see here in the video, see 2,980. Now, what's interesting, right? When you unlist an item, okay, you only get back half the favor you use to list the item. So you see here, 1,490 favor. Meaning, yes, when you go, where is it? When you go to list the item, you're putting in more than double than the unlist amount. That's where the limited slots come in, right? Because it's an investment just to be able to post an item. Now, as you can see here, the player is able to put in what the in price is, but the favor is determined by the Merchant's Guild. Now, the Merchant's Guild doesn't take any tax, none of that. The only tax I've noticed when reading this guide comes from unlisting items. So keep that in mind. Be very careful, because if you make a decision and realize you didn't want to sell it because it wasn't that good of an item, you will be penalized a little bit. So definitely be careful. Now we're going to get a Circle of Fortune now. I'm just going to say, I'm a Circle of Fortune guy. I like SSF, things that help my drop rates. I'm going to be focused in on Circle of Fortune, okay? Because I'm an SSF all the way through. Absolutely huge for me. Now, the reason why I know it's going to seem crazy, but a lot of people are going to think Circle of Fortune is just inherently better. There's something I want to say as a caveat before we get deep dive into it. As you can see by the initial rankings here, everything is upping your drop rate or duplicating items. Yes, it is insane. But keep in mind, okay? This is all random, right? It is unless you're target farming, but even then to a degree it's random. So this is just you being more rewarded for playing the game. But if there is stuff you really want to earn and specifically get, Merchant's Guild will be better to invest in. Because yes, you will not get more drops. However, you will eventually be able to save up the favor, get to the highest rank, and use the gold investment to buy the exact item you want. So do keep in mind, okay, while Circle of Fortune on the initial look seems way more overpowered, Merchant's Guild, in terms of long term focus for specific things for your build, will actually be better. So keep that in mind, especially if you're a efficient farmer. If you're running like those Shadow Dagger speed farmer builds, you're going to be able to get the gold, you're going to be able to run the content, and you're going to be able to earn that. So it's don't worry about the balance on that front, because this is, in my head, for me, the factions are tailored for two different experiences. Merchant's Guild is going to be, again, for the people who want to go for a specific item and guarantee to get it with a time investment, versus Circle of Fortune, which is just giving you more loot in general, which, yes, also means you have more getting what you want, but it's still RNG outside the target farms, because you can guarantee target farms. So it'll just be a different kind of time investment. So do keep that in mind, okay? But as you can see here, rank 1, enemies have a 35% chance to drop twice as many items. Just like, as soon as you get rank 1 in 3 chance, enemy drops an items, it's just going to be doubled the amount you get. And then you look at rank 10, item for prophecies are duplicated. Well, we haven't gotten to the prophecy system yet, which we're about to hear soon, but that is pretty powerful. But let me just read something a little bit earlier that I think is way more powerful than that, in my opinion, which is rank 6. This is the sole reason why I will be playing Covenant of Fortune. Rank 6. Uniques are twice as likely to have legendary potential. This is huge. Items like Wings of Argentus, which has a 1 in 16 quintillion chance to drop with 4 LP, will now just be doubled. Now, it's still wholly unrealistic, but it's the fact that it's making a lot of those rare items that is very hard to get LP a lot more likely. And to me, that is so appealing, because it makes the grind, where you're going to be putting in so many hours in this, like me, feel a lot more rewarding, because legendaries and flaming legendaries, that you can see from all the YouTube shorts we've done on this channel, is my favorite content. So just being able to do that more is like absolutely banger, and I'm excited for it. But prophecies. This is the distinct difference from Circle of Fortune, other than the rank reward. While you're getting the auction house with merchant guilds, with Circle of Fortune, you're getting prophecy. Now, I do get a little bit of a constellation vibe from Grim Dawn when I first looked at this, but I think this is a way cooler way of doing it, because it's more of a questing reward based system. So when you join the Circle of Fortune, there's a telescope. And in this telescope that you go click on, you'll see constellations. And these constellations, as you can see from this video here, will give you specific things to do for reward. Now, the reward you're going to gain is very dependent on how powerful the constellation is. There's going to be a wide variety of constellations and different types. As you can see here, this is an EOS prophecy, and there are many different types of. And obviously, you see the EOS lenses here, bottom left. Let me move my camera here. We'll get into that here in a second. Those lenses are going to play a huge factor in determining what you're going to get out of this. So, as you can see here, you get an event. There's a condition to the event, and then you get the reward. So for this one, Death of Arena Champion, which means the condition is you have to an arena, and then you'll get 2 Exalted Two-Handed Staff. Now, that is pretty awesome. I like the premise of this, right? But as you get into deeper and harder and harder prophecy, you're going to get more rewards. So this is really, really cool. And you're going to have different types of prophecies, as you can see here, right? Death of Julra, Death of Arena Champion, that. A death of number of X rare enemies, and then specific types of enemies like Siege Golems, which is absolutely cool. Those are the different types of events. Obviously, there's probably going to be more than what they're even showing here, but they're showing a few examples here. And then, like, prophecy conditions, right? Where some conditions are like do Monolith, Lightless Arbor, all of the Outcast timelines, do corruption. So, like, it's more of a your SSF, but it also kind of directs you on, like, for someone who doesn't have a clear purpose of playing the game, this will help give you a purpose and short-term goals until you reach your big milestone, which is absolutely really nice because I'm a short-term, like, how I play the game is like I go, okay, I have my budget build. Now I need these next 2 items to upgrade into this style of build. I know now as an experienced player, I know where to get most of my stuff. But for someone who's new, you'll know, man, I really want a better staff. Well, you'll see the prophecy that goes here, exalted staffs or unique staffs, and you'll be like, okay, let me go do that. And it'll help tailor new players understanding what to build or how to get it, even if they don't know exactly. And I think that is really good. This is a great way to incentivize learning the game while also giving people a lot more short term goals while they're working towards their big long term goals. So I think the prophecy system is probably just on like first look here, right? Because I haven't played any of this, I haven't tested any of this. I don't know how deep this truly goes, but it looks really, really good, clean. And then obviously the rewards is just right. You're going to get gear, pretty straightforward. Now the lenses, we talked about this earlier. As you see here, the lenses, right? There's going to be different types of lenses, and different lenses will have different rewards, right? So, and remember where I showed you in the bottom left before, where the 3 lens slots go? That's where you're going to put them. And it's going to affect constellations, because these will buff your constellations of prophecy. So, it's going to be cool. So, just as a quick example, right? As you see here, you got the obscuring lens of storytelling, 100% reduced chance for prophecy to have campaign events. This style of lens to me is fantastic. For someone like me who just finds like arena content really boring, you can find one for arena. And now you don't have to do prophecies arena, or at least very little by comparison. So you're able to use these lenses to kind of tailor what kind of prophecies you want to do and what aspect. I think. Thank you very much. Sometimes you just don't want to engage with this content because it's either not your favorite type of content, or there's nothing there that is worth your time while trying to go for experience. So this is a huge win in. And then you got the retracting lens of Rhyme, right? 80% increased cost of all prophecy, but they offer twice as many uses before expiring. So this is very interesting, right? because now the prophecies cost more because I forgot to mention this earlier. You're going to be using favor, and this is the Circle of Fortune favor dump, right? So it's going to cost a lot more in favor, but if you find that prophecy you really, really like, because it's related to the content you like, it's giving you the reward you like, this will allow you to extend it further and be able to have more chances at get what you're looking for rewards. I think it is really. And then they have a few more here, right? Like focusing lens of idols, 15% increased chance per rank to find large idols. So, and then you got lens of unmatched, enhancing lens of unmatched, 15% increased chance per rank to find unique items. And then obscuring lens battle, 100% reduced chance for prophecies to have arena events. So as you can see here, these lenses are going to be very wide in what they cover, and you're going to be able to really pick and choose what you need when you want, which I think being able to tailor your gameplay and rewards is like one of the best things developers can do for a game because it's allowing the player to have more choice in their. And to me, this is nothing but a huge. There is no downside to this. And the coolest part about this, they'll always be able to expand later. They had even stated in the post they left more room to give more lenses in the future. So this system can just continuously be expanded upon, and they can increase the amount of different types of lenses, and they can also give you more slots so you can tailor your content. I think absolutely. Now, how do you get these lenses? Well, you get your first lens at rank 2. You'll unlock an increased chance to specific item type prophecy lenses for purchase and unlock the first. So you're gonna get more lenses as you rank up. So ranking up in Circle of Fortune is gonna be really big, not just for the drop benefit, but also for the prophecy tailoring. So rank 9, you get your third slot. Rank 5, or sorry, apologies there. Two. Where's the second one? Where's the second one? That was rank 5. Yeah, it is rank 5. My apologies. Half blind man issues right here. Rank 5 is your second, rank 2 is your first, and rank 9. And you get different types of lenses and increased ones as you scale up. That is really, really good. Now, for those who are not aware, we're about to get into something called resonances. What are resonances? So, we have to talk about items first. So, last Epoch has something called gifting, where when you are playing in a party with friends, you're able to do item gifting, where you give a friend an item if they party in a zone when it drops. So it's pretty restricted, right? Because item gifting is not meant to be like a true trade system the way merchants allows it. However, they want to promote party play and playing with that you free. So they added the resonance, two types. They added golden and obsidian. And I think this is a really cool thing. So these resonances will allow you to lift the restrictions on item gifting between. However, okay, golden resonances will be more common, obsidian resonance rare. They even say in the post here that it takes a while before they drop. So this is not something where you're going to have an abundance of and just completely just use this as a way to mitigate out full trade system through the merchant guild. But if you've been playing with a friend for a very long time and you got something that they could really use, you could pop in a res, give it to them, and it allows less friction between. But I think that is a really great system. Now, if you notice here, right, the Obsidian will allow you to lift the restriction on item gifting for exalted or legendary items, while Golden will allow you to remove the restriction on normal, magic, rare, or that item. So you can see why the Obsidian is more rare, because exalts and legendary items are inherently more valuable to the individual player than the other item types. But they added one in for each type, so that way you do have the choice. You just won't be a lot. And how does it work? Well, this video is a great explanation of how it works. You open up your gift tab, you put in the item, it'll ask for the resonance required for that said item. You put in the resonance if you have it, and then boom, your friend has it. It's a very simple system, and I like it. Simple, straightforward. It's just new players might not understand what a resident is until they get one. So just keep in mind, playing with a friend for an extended period of time, eventually you will get these residents. They even said in the post here, how long is an extended period of time? The answer is it depends. The amount of time required to have a resonance drop is slightly random, though golden resonance will be more common than obsidian. And they, like I said, stated earlier, they want to make sure resonance aren't used for trading as bypass. So keep in mind, right? It's the people you play with. So this won't work on strangers, and it will take a while before you even get one playing with your friends. So this is a very limited currency to allow you to freely give items between your friends. So keep that in mind. All right. But yeah, this post is insane for how much it's showing that 1.0, again, February 21st, 2024, last Epoch goes 1.0 launch. And this is one of the first news posts showcasing how big the game has evolved leading into this. And it is crazy good. And as I was saying here, as you see these items, right, that's a rank 5 Circle of Fortune, so they must be a rank 5 to use Strangle Song with Circle of Fortune. So you can't swap between the factions and use items from both. You have to commit. This is weird in the sense like it's almost like a marriage. When you make your choice, you're committed to it. Now keep in mind, it's not per character, okay? This is an account-wide progression, but you can have different characters factions. So so if you make a character in Merchant's Guild, you get to rank 10. You make another character, they join the Merchant's Guild, they'll also be at rank 10 and versa. So if you're an SSF player, I don't see the benefits of Merchant's Guild really helping you, so you're probably only going to be in Circle of Fortune anyway. However, in normal hardcore and normal softcore, where trading is going to be more prolific, you may still want to be a Circle of Fortune player, but you could also make another character for the purpose of being part of Merchant's Guild, expanding that up and using trading. So keep that in mind. You'll have a lot more choice, but you're kind of married to the choice to a degree, but again, it is count wide. So that is very big to take note. I do have to say, I'm very, very impressed with EHG and what they have done. Now, one last thing, okay? I know, there's even more. Starting at launch, we will be having some beautiful Twitch drops. Yes, we're going to have a Circle of Fortune cape from February 22nd and February 29th. And then we're going to have a Merchant Guild cape on February 24th and March 2nd. And then we're going to have a Merchant Guild Lizard Pet from February 23rd and March 1st. So you'll have a couple of days to get each of these Twitch drops, and then you got Circle of Fortune Orb Pet February 25th and March 3rd. So it's not like you're gonna have like, oh, I missed it on that one day. I don't know, and it's gone, right? You'll have a couple attempts to really get all these items. Really, really big. And obviously, when I do get all these items, I will be making showcase game. But I have to say, thank you guys for all the support. I know I haven't been here for the past few months. I have a baby on the way, so I've been prepping my life. And I want to say thank you to EHG for sponsoring this video. means the world. I'm excited for 1.0, and tell me what you think down in the comments. Going to be Fortune? Are you going to be Merchants Guild? And what do you think of the system? I hope you guys have a very good day. Stay safe. Have a good one. Peace.